Welcome back to Building a House in Minecraft every day for 30 days. Today we are on day 24, and this build is very different. It is a house that is on top of a house, on top of a house, on top of a house. At least that's what it looks like in the reference that I'll show you right now. And it's really, really different. And right now I'm just doing that bottom portion, and then I'll put the next one, and it gets smaller as it goes up. And you'll just see how I actually go about doing this, because I decided to go with this reference to try to experiment with this one because it's just so different. I've never seen this is a real house that exists in real life somewhere. And I just wanted to do something really different. So that's what I'm messing around right now, trying to simulate that brick texture that is in the bottom part of the reference, and then adding in those windows of these holes in the windows. You're gonna definitely have to comment down below what you think of this build once you see the final product. And if you haven't, go back and see day 23. What are you doing? I have a playlist of all of the days so far, so make sure to check that out. And let's get back to this build. So now we're working on the next top part of this, which is like another house on top of it, like I was saying, and it's blue. It's really hard to actually get the texture, the blue texture that is actually in the reference, because it's a lighter blue with almost white blended in with the paint. And I was trying to mess around with it with concrete powder, maybe even ice, because that has some white in it for the texture. I didn't like that look of the ice because that felt more like ice castle-y type vibes. So I just stayed with the blue concrete, I want to say, or blue. I can never tell if it's blue terracotta or concrete, but I think this is concrete because it's more bright. And then we used that copper for the roof to have different colors, because the way the copper is, it has specks of color in there. And this is what we're doing for actually adding in the windows, which I do actually really like. And then adding in some grass in there for some greenery with some not rose bushes, berry bushes. And then we're going to work on the next part of this house on top of house on top of house build. And this one has some white and some nether brick, or at least it's like a purplish type of texture in the reference. So I'm using birch, I believe. This is birch and netherrack to get that purple, because there isn't actually as many purple blocks as you could think. And I feel like with this one, it's that this beige looks a lot better. Sometimes I do wish we had more colorful blocks. That's what I've learned in this build series that I've been doing, is that we have a lot of blocks, a lot of variations of colors, but not as many as you would think when you're actually trying to build from a reference. And then this is that top part, which is the next part of the build, where if you look closely, there's dark and light spots in this part. So I'm adding in stone, polished stone, I don't think it's called polished stone, smooth stone, and polished andesite to try to simulate that dark and light that is in the reference, and adding in these iron bars for the side there. And then I thought about adding a window here. I mess around with some designs, think maybe a window here. Eventually I scrapped that idea and do not actually put a window here and just keep it how it was. The next part is I add in the roof once again with the netherrack. I have to build this up more though, using the stacking in Axiom. If you haven't tried Axiom, definitely try it if your computer can handle mods, because Axiom is probably one of the most comfortable building mods I've ever installed, and way easier to use than World Edit. Then we're using the deep slate tiles, tiled stairs, and slabs for the top part of that roof because it's black if you look at the very tip top, and then there's some accents of purple. So we're using that netherrack for those accents, and then adding in a little bit of my own thing here for its own little design, and adding in one of those. I need to know what these are. I gotta look up definitions of architecture a little bit more. But a jutted out window on both sides. I was like, I'm not sure if it looks good on one side, so I decided to add it on the other side and jut it out. And then we do, I believe, maybe add windows, maybe not. But that's that top part of this roof. And now I'm just making sure everything is looking good, adding in some finer details to the balcony there, and other final details I add it to the other side because I think that symmetry really will add more to the build. And if you guys have been following along with some of the other builds I've done, I really enjoy symmetry. Mess around to see if I could simulate that white in there again with the blue. I couldn't, and now just showing you a little bit more of the build. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.